So, one of the very important part of PPP, as we have been talking again and again, is that when glucose 6-phosphate dehydrogenase act as a rate limiting factor, because it's a major enzyme. So, any defect in this enzyme will definitely have clinical relevance. Your body is deficient of this enzyme, or there are some defects in this enzyme, you will have hereditary conditions. One of the manifestation is the hemolytic anemia, in which your red blood cells are badly affected, and one reason behind this hemolytic anemia, because of the defect in the G6PD, that is glucose phosphate dehydrogenase, is that as I have already told you, that one of the product of the action of this enzyme is NADPH2, and NADPH is involved in the neutralization of the reactive species, free radicals. It is involved, that's why we say it's involved in detoxification. It acts as a detoxification agent. So, when NADPH2 is not being formed because of the defects in glucose 6-phosphate dehydrogenase, definitely then you will have all sorts of problems, the biggest of which is the hemolytic anemia. Almost 400 million people worldwide are affected by hemolytic anemia because of the defect in G6PD, that is glucose 6-phosphate dehydrogenase. Defect in it, or even if it's deficient, it will lead to this very severe disease. The genetic basis is a mutation in this enzyme. It's an X-linked mutation, which means, if a gene is present on the X chromosome, it is known as X-linked gene. So, any defect in that gene will be known as the X-linked defect in a gene which is X-linked, and the disorder which arises because of this will be the X-linked disorder. In addition to hemolytic anemia, there is neonatal jaundice also. बच्चों का जो शिरकान होता है वो भी इसका एक one of the manifestation है. Similarly, red blood cells also, this the lack of or impaired production of NADPH leads to all sorts of problems, because again the neutralization factor is not there, detoxification agent is not there. So, free radicals and peroxidase can harm the cells in whatever possible way. One of the manifestation is the formation of the Hens bodies. Hens body, what are Hens bodies? These are the accumulation or aggregation of cells because of the crystallization of denatured protein, because in red blood cells there is lots of hemoglobin, it gets denatured because of the action of the free radicals, and the cells are aggregated in the form of Hens bodies, and then they are removed by macrophages. That is why we then get affected by anemia. One of the reasons that RBCs are more vulnerable for this effect is that RBCs don't have a nucleus or ribosome, so they don't have the molecular machinery, they don't have the protein synthesis machinery to cope with this disease. So they are very vulnerable. Then there are factors which enhance or which make you more vulnerable to this disease, which which enhance the effect of this impaired enzyme. That is certain drugs, if you use excessive, even over-the-counter drugs, if you use excessively, you can have hemolytic anemia. The defect which is caused by the mutation in the glucose 6-phosphate dehydrogenase enzyme, that effect or defects is enhanced. It acts even more vigorously. Then favism is that fava beans, people who eat fava beans, they are somehow more susceptible to the reaction because of the hemolytic anemia. The reason is that fava bean क्या होते हैं, जब फलियाँ होती हैं, बाज़ मोटी फलियाँ होती हैं, they are somehow make you more vulnerable to hemolytic anemia. The effects of hemolytic anemia can be it can be enhanced then. Of course, then more and more free radicals, if they are formed in your body because of whatever reasons, what will happen that because there is no neutralizing agent because of the defect in the glucose 6-phosphate dehydrogenase, what will happen that it will enhance the damage more and more. Then there are certainly variants of the mutations of this glucose 6-phosphate dehydrogenase defect. Different mutations give different sort of susceptibilities to this disease. We usually classify this mutation into type class 1, class 2, class 3 and class 4 mutations, which have different level of severity. For instance, the class 1 is more severe than the class 3 or class 4 or class 2 even, and class 4 is almost harmless. So in this way you can see that defects in the genes can lead to hereditary disorder, and not only this, then the type of mutations which cause the defects, that also can give diversification in the manifestation of these diseases or severity of these diseases.